All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
and double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone for pushing this truth. All right, and salutations to you, Akim, across the planet, pushing his word and truth and in sincerity and with charity. All right, so we're going to go into a lesson on the ungodly, man, and how they think. All right, which consists of the so-called white man. All right, the other heathen nations, our people, they are all of the wicked, man. So they have a ungodly mindset. All right, and it was written how the mindset of the ungodly will be, man. All right, and it's kind of similar to the Y.O.L.O spirit, man. That's basically what it is, you know. Yeah.
God, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, starting at verse 2. It says, "For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been."
Exactly. All right. So our people, all right, as well as the other heathen nations, all right, they feel that when they're born, this life is just an adventure of do whatever you want, okay? Have sex with other people's wives, do wickedness.
Do as thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt. Yep. Exactly. All right. That's what they're born thinking, man. That's why they're out here doing all kinds of dumb shit. All right, doing all kinds of wickedness. Okay, not following the law, statutes, and commandments. Not keeping a set morale. You know, that's why they do the things they do, because to them, being born into this life is an adventure. So let's see what they do the most wickedness they can before they die, man. You know? Keep going.
It says, "For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirits shall vanish as the soft air."
Exactly. So these people think that after doing all their wickedness, it doesn't matter. They're just going to perish and pass away anyway. Never to be spoken of again. That's why they make the best, or they do the most wickedness in this life, man. All right? That's why they don't think upon the things that the Lord would want them to do. They don't think upon righteousness. They think upon everything that benefits their flesh, that they could get done in this lifetime while they're alive, man. You know? Keep going.
It says, verse 4, it says, "And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance."
Exactly. All right. So that goes into the fact that they don't. This just proves that the world doesn't know about reincarnation, man. All right, because the people, they believe that after they do or live a life of wickedness, that there is not going to be another life for them. Their spirit is going to vanish away, and all that wickedness will, it'll be looked over. But that's not the case, man. When you do all this wickedness, that's registered and is noted. So in your next life, all right, which the scriptures tells you, all right, because it says your spirit is reincarnated into another flesh. That's when you serve your judgment, man.
And this is pretty much breaking down that Y.O.L.O life, man.
Yep.
You only live once, you know what I'm saying? But hey, according to Ecclesiastes 12:7, which I have right quick, it says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it, man. You know what I'm saying? So really, the only thing that dies is your flesh, but not your spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? And like the brother was saying earlier and stuff, going into reincarnation, the word reincarnation, when you break it down, is in the flesh again. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that the spirit never dies, But our people, you Negroes, Latinos, and Natives, and confusing the faithful bloodline grow back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are Israelites. You know what I'm saying? You all think that not only do your flesh die, but your spirit die as well. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Not knowing that, hey, Moses is here today. Jeremiah is here today, man. Stephen is here today, man. Okay. You know? I'll keep going in this. Back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 4, it says, "And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist."
Exactly. So they believe, all right, that after doing all this wickedness on the planet, man, that there's not going to be a recompense, man. That it's just going to be, it's not going to be remembered. All right, and all the wickedness they did, it is basically out of their own mind. They had their own will living life. That's how the ungodly think. Everything is according to their will, according to their purpose. So it doesn't matter if there's already set ordinances on how to maintain righteousness, all right, and an upright morale. They don't care about that. They do what they want. All right, they satisfy their flesh, not caring about nothing else, man. Because eventually they think that they're just gonna perish anyway, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, and you actually have a few jakes out there that be like that. It's like, oh, we gonna die, we gonna have the kingdom anyway and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that there's gonna be a certain judgment behind that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be seared in the back of your minds. You know what I'm saying? Like according to Daniel's the 12th chapter, that it's gonna be sown with everlasting shame and content. You know what I'm saying? They gonna know that in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's gonna be a punishment. You know what I'm saying, for what they did previously. Because when they come back and stuff, and they have that mindset, they got a new body, but they'll have understanding of what they did in their past lives, man. You know.
Okay.
And it says that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. You know, saying that is that it's just one spirit and it goes away, man. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't. Verse 5, it says, "For our time is as a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again." So they think that, you die and that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Another spirit comes along and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's not true. You got something?
Yeah, this is Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27. It says, and as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment.
Right.
You know, because after you die, man, that's when the Lord judges you. All right, by you going up to the Father, if you can get that. And I know you were gonna get that. If you after you go up to the Father gives you your judgment, and when you come back down in this flesh, for all that stuff you did in that past life, living that Y.O.L.O life, you're gonna serve the judgment of that in your next life. Okay.
This second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 35. It says, "For after death shall the judgment come." You know what I'm saying? When we shall live again. You know, talking about, that's why you have people that have certain infirmities, you know what I'm saying, is born with diseases, or they born retarded or something like that and stuff, and or mental situations and stuff. That's because whatever they did back in their past life and stuff, the Lord is putting judgment for those things, man. You know, because when you come back, you're trying to reconcile the things that you had done, man, before. And it says, "And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared." You know, and that's in the afflictions that the Lord put upon us, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's it says if you read that Ecclesiastes, right?
Which one?
The 3:16.
No, that's what I was exactly looking for. You can read it if you want.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes 3. I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, "That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And the Most High requires that which is past." You know what I'm saying? So the things that you have done, you know what I'm saying, in your past life and this new life with the same spirit that you created that wickedness in this new life, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is punish you, you know what I'm saying, for those things you have done, man. You know? And it says, verse 16, it says, "And moreover I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there." And what's underneath the sun? The earth, man. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you did in your past life, and then you reincarnated, you gonna get judged upon those things, man. You know, like the boy who was blind and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he was, and the apostles was like, who sinned for the son, for the boy to become blind? You know what I'm saying? It was his own sins, man. You know, catching up to him, man. You know, and he was a little child. You know, he was born blind. He was born with an affliction, man. You know what I'm saying? For whatever he did in his past life, man. You know, because the scripture says in this is Job. This is Job chapter 4, verse 7. It says, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent," man. You know what I'm saying? So when you die, you know what I'm saying, you done all matter of wickedness and stuff, but when you come back in the flesh again, you know what I'm saying, you get your correction, man. You know what I'm saying? Your rebuke comes, man. You know, whatever affliction it is, man. You know, and it says, or where the righteous cut off, you know. And they haven't been cut off. Because even according to 1 Corinthians 14 and 32, it says I just
You want me
grabbed
to
it.
get it?
Yeah,
Was it 1 Corinthians?
14:32.
Okay. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. It says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
And it said the spirits, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and according to back in that Ecclesiastes 12 and 7, that spirit goes back to the Heavenly Father, but the flesh returns onto the ground, man. You know what I'm saying? According to this scripture, it says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you was a prophet back then, you're going to be a prophet again because it's the same spirit, you know? Proving that reincarnation is in the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? And that the spirit never dies. That's what, according to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, is pretty much going into, man. You know what I'm saying? That our people, you know what I'm saying, and then these heathens, you know, think that the flesh and the spirit die, man. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not true, you know? You got something?
Oh, no, I don't got none.
You know, and
Just want to make it quick.
kind, and you know, we hope this video was edifying, and would like to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Shai.
Shai, double honors to apostles of great millstone,
Shalom.
and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba,
Abba, Abba.